GT racing, and the beasts of the sprint car world. It's all ahead on Speed Machine. After 11 grueling rounds, the Proton World Series Sprint Cars Championship is fast approaching the business end of the series, and there's a serious storm brewing between the Sprint Car Elite as the championship conclusion draws ever nearer. The most hectic period in the 06-07 season is Proton Jumbuck Speed Week, where cash and prizes provide extra motivation for this grueling schedule that takes the Sprint Car Carnival to 5 tracks in only 7 days. The conclusion of Speed Week, coupled with a white-hot championship race, means everything will be on the line for rounds 12 and 13 of the Proton World Series Sprint Cars. We're here at Premier Speedway, or Sungold Stadium in Warrnambool, for the big battle to find out who will win the Proton Jumbuck GLI. Max Dumpney looks very good in the points right now. Jason Johnson's right behind him, so too his fellow American Paul McMahon. But there's lots of guys like Brett Smith and the team that want to get up and cause an upset. Whether they'll do that is the biggest question. Shane Stewart's got his hands full. They had to build a brand new car yesterday. We spoke with him earlier.
Bill, he's not giving us very many excuses not to do our job, and we kind of struggled a little bit with our Maxim, and I've always kind of wanted to race a cool chassis and never really had the opportunity, and grateful for the opportunity now that's given us a chance to run one of those cars. And I know that they have proved themselves many times in the winner's circle and here in Australia and even back at home. So looking forward to tonight, and definitely trying to get a win for, before the series is over with.
From now on to the end, it's to be leading right now is a nerving part, because you got to be on your defensive a little bit, but I'm trying not to even think about that. We'll just take every race as it comes.
They say the first one's always the hardest one to get, so hopefully they'll come a little bit easier now, but the level of competition in Speed Week this year, it's probably the toughest I've seen.
One of the biggest personalities in the sprint car pits is the vibrant Titan racing star Drew Kruk, a fan favourite on and off the track. Kruk's season has been destroyed by a freak accident in round 5.
Rock came in through my helmet in Moama in my second World Series race of the year, and destroyed my Simpson helmet and broke my face, in every bone in my face basically. And talking's a bit of a struggle. I got a lot of plastic and braces and steel in my mouth. That'll come out. The doctor's giving me all clear in 6 weeks. That's when all my bones will be back together. But at the same time, I don't want to push anything, It's been different. I'm still here, and I still get to watch, and I still feel a good part of it.
Well, the time trials were fantastic, and history was made as Mitchell Dumsey set the fastest time. David Murcott was very quick in second. Jason Johnson extremely fast in third. Rising star Stephen Lyons was at it again with fourth. And Domain Ramsey surprised a lot of people with a top 5 result in qualifying. As always, it was hard work early in the night. As the end of the season creeps ever closer, championship contender Jason Johnson is poised to claim his first ever World Series Sprint Cars crown, and his Superlock team are determined to take their American star to the promised land.
I'm really happy the Superlock guys worked hard all week, and we've been on the podium all except the night of Avalon, and there's just probably a little bit of driver error that happened there, but Max's Valvoline teams, they did an outstanding job, and they're very consistent, and that's why Max wins championships, and we just need to step up the pace a little bit more to get back ahead of Max. All the way up to Speed Week, we swapped the lead back and forth, and here at Speed Week, he's just been a little bit more consistent than us. So, we still got 5 races left in this series, and we definitely didn't give up yet. And it's just a matter of having one good night, and he have a little mistake or, struggle just a little bit, and we're back on top again. So, we just got to stay focused and stay at it for the rest of the season.
So here they are on the high banks of Sungold Stadium, Premier Speedway, Warrnambool, and what a field. A couple of young guys doing a real good job. How about Mitchell Dumsney, the quick time man? David Murcott in there, Stephen Lyons, a massive improver again. Luch Monty, well done. You got Robbie Farr in there as well. Darren Molyneux, local with big hopes here. Lingy Muir, back out of position number 12. And Max Dumsney needs to finish 8th or better to win Speed Week. He started out of 13, having to come through the B main. Jason Johnson can still win if he can hold on. Away we go. There's trouble already. Yellows have come on. And that brings the field back up under caution, so I'm not sure what the problem was here on the main straightaway. Jason Johnson, the Simple Jim Beam car, and the Total Dairy Service entry of Johnny Vogels is the problem. We get set to go green right now. Johnson on the low side with Mitchell Dumsney. And look at Mitchell, 20 years of age, hauling her in. In fact, I think he's only 19. 3 wide out of turn number 2 here. Robbie Farr running the low side of the Brooke Tatnall car. And Shane Stewart in the new cool chassis they put together only in the last 2 days. Have bolted it all together. Great aerial shots here of turn 1 and 2 at Sungold Stadium. They really fly around this place. Back then was the Cookie Monster Ash Cook as Danny Reedy starting to make his way forward. Stephen Bell driving the Simon Amato abcrealestate.com.au car, having a great run. And there is Danny Reedy around the outside with, looks like Domain Ramsey. Luch Monty battling hard there, the likeable West Aussie, the GNS Seedlings car, just ahead of a good scrap meter with Robbie Farr by the looks of things. There is Bell. He goes by on the inside, picks up Monty's spot. On the inside comes Shane Stewart, the Oklahoma star in that new cool chassis, going forward. Well, look at this good battle. Paul McMahon right in the thick of things as Stewart goes by Stephen Bell. The Ryco Engineering, Bill Mann, Capalaba Records number 6. Looks like things are going well for them with the new chassis. Trouble here, Stephen Lyons. Looks like he'll bring on the cautions, so dramas for him. We'll be back after the break with more from Premier Speedway. Mitchell Dumsney, a third-generation racer, already set quick time tonight, is doing a wonderful job to lead the final of Proton Jumbuck Speed Week. Jason Johnson's in second. If he stays there and Max Dumsney can't get better than 8th, then he will win the Speed Week and the new Proton Jumbuck GLI that goes along with it. But this young man out in front of the Darren Goodyear, number 10, is doing a wonderful job. It was inevitable, really. Both his mum and his dad race sprint cars, and his granddad, Sid Moore, as well. And look at the young fella now, under enormous pressure from Jason Johnson, the winningest driver in America last year. And look at him now put the pressure on. Johnson through to the lead. Can he hear the jingle of the Jumbuck keys? Inside, here's the passing manoeuvre. Mitchell probably getting a little bit tired. It's a very physical racetrack tonight. He's been doing a great job. He's back to second now. Danny Reedy and Grant Anderson renew old acquaintances, and Johnson running the cushion. Well, Max Dumsney now, the pressure is right on him. He's got to get through the field, and so far we haven't sighted him. Reedy once more working hard as Johnson puts a lap down on Ash Cook. Looking to win his first ever Speed Week crown as Johnson. He came into the event trailing by a meagre amount of points, and still with a mathematical chance of doing it. But where is Max? He's a long way back, and he's got to get to at least 8th position. Murcott starting to put Mitchell Dumsney under pressure as well. The young fella starting to slip back just a little. Reedy running hard. There is the Superlock, Jim Beam Armorall, number 5. Having a wonderful night so far. Coming good as the season wears on. His battle with Dumsney all year, that's Max, has been absorbing to say the least. What a battle it's been. Around the top side on Grant Anderson. This car seems to be going well no matter where he puts it. Once again, he comes up behind Reedy. Laps are starting to dwindle. Still no sign of Max Dumsney coming forward. So Max is going to have to find something pretty special in the dying laps, or this one is over, and he'll lose the Speedway crown, and certainly the points will be interesting too. Robbie Farr now in the Toyota Genuine Parts #1. The car normally driven by Brooke Tatnell is running very hard as well. Farry's had an excellent speed week with a win at Mount Gambier. And now look at David Murcott. He too has had a win at Avalon Raceway. He's picked up a $10,000 payout. Look at the front wing on Domain Ramsey's car. You can just see Robbie Farr closing in now on Johnson. Oh, through the middle of the lap cars goes Johnson. That's the kind of determination you need to hang on. Now remember, Johnson won this race last year at this circuit. He was on fire, makes no mistake, he loves the place. Up behind Luch Monty now out of WA. And Johnson steamrolling towards a Jumbuck finale feature win. Can he pick up the car as well? Dumsey, no sign of him yet. Haven't seen him in the camera coverage as we make our way to the last lap. Well, Jason Johnson, Robbie Farr close in towards the end, but they can't stop the Simbalok Man of Steel. This #5 car on its way to victory lane. Max Dumsey will finish 9th and miss out by 10 points. Johnson wins Speed Week. Farr, Murcott, Stewart, Bell, Mays and McMahon. What a boil-over.
Definitely a better end of the week than the start, so we missed it a couple of times, but finished second of these two guys. A great bunch of races. Finished third, sorry. Yeah, very happy with that.
The Superlight guys worked hard all week, and you know, we always enjoy coming to Warrnambool, and we qualified well. The night went well. You know, we got up front of the A-dash, and you know, we won that on the last lap, and that put us in good position for the feature. So the main thing was to stay calm and just try to keep that Superlight car up front, and it just come out at the end.
They say it never rains in Mildura. Well, it doesn't. It just buckets down. This enormous dust and then thunderstorm ravaged the venue, and Timmis Speedway was forced to postpone the World Series round till the next night. Just 2 nights earlier, once again, Mildura had thrown open its doors for a big street party as we crowned Miss World Series Sprint Cars. If there's an Achilles heel of a sprint car, it's the front end. It's certainly the most dangerous and most open to damage. Earlier today, we staged something in the mall in Mildura, a front end challenge, where the guys had to change the front end as quick as they could in front of a live audience. Pretty cool. Here's what happened. After the break, it's the round 13A main. But first, let's check out some of the bruising highlights from Timmis Speedway. With so many variables in sprint car setup, any adjustment could make or break a race or a championship. Shane Stewart knows all about the importance of car setup and the vital role of wings and tyres in the world of sprint cars.
These wings are upside down airfoils, and these plant the car down into the dirt. One of the cool things about these cars is what we do is these wings can move back and forth. We do that by a lever in here, and it goes off the back of our crank, off our engine. And while we're racing, this wing can actually go back and put more air downforce on the rear tires. With the Q6 car here, we run Sanders engineering wheels. What we have to do with these wheels, we actually put this wheel cover on. and it protects the inside of the wheel from getting packed with mud. If we ever get mud, if this thing gets knocked off and mud gets in here, it makes the tire and wheel unbalanced and it'll shake your teeth out. It's unbelievable. So this is a good safety aspect that we do. Just put that on and it Zeus buttons in with 3 Zeus buttons, and it protects the center of the wheel from getting mud in it when we slam against the cushion.
Shane Stewart certainly knows what he's talking about as we turn our attention to round 13, and this is the place where he stole victory a couple of seasons ago. He starts on pole. Jason Johnson, Max Dumpty, Alan Haynes, well done. Well done too to James McFadden, Murcott, Luke Dillon, Dan Morton getting better and better in the Moorvale Realty entry. You've got Warren Eakins back there, Tony Moore, Brooke David, Luch, Monty. Big field of cars. We get set to go green here at Timmis Speedway in Mildura. Brought to you by Telstra Countrywide and Woodstock Bourbon. Dumpty runs the rail on the low side, manages to get by Johnson as we see Warren Eakins, the top-end Terminator, pushing hard the number 11 Caltex Fujitsu entry. Ricky Maiolo doing well as well. There is Shane Stewart. Dumpty is right behind him as they go into turn number 1. So good battling here. Make that turn 3. Dumpty gets him. Well, didn't he set him up beautifully then? The Valvoline number 5 driver still stinging from losing the Speed Week just a couple of nights earlier. Oh, car upside down. It's Ricky Maiolo. Well, here's what's happened. Brooke David has slowed up. He's got a problem. In comes Moole. Maiolo gets sideways and turns the car over. Watch Harold Brennan Jr. through from the rain the night before. Straight into Pukey Hollow in the Woodstock Bourbon, number 79. Back at the restart. Fortune favours the brave. Shane Stewart gets the lead back. Great camera angle down the side, facing over the left front steering wheel of Shane Stewart's car. Murcott, whoa, putting the pressure on Alan Haynes big time then. And James McFadden doing likewise. 17-year-old from Alice Springs looking very good. Dumpty in second spot. Lost the Speed Week, but still retains the series lead only narrowly. So what a championship it's going to be. A finale coming up at Archerfield Speedway, showing you all the action on next week's show. Stewart with Dillon. Whoa, Luke Dillon carrying it on board. You just saw Alan Haynes, I think, and James McFadden spearing off the track. And there is James trying to keep the car going, which he does, and doesn't stall the car to bring on the yellows. What a wonderful act of sportsmanship that was from this young man. A lot of people would have stopped and brought on the caution. The JVS Giant video screen in the corner there. We're right on board with the Ryco Engineering number 6, the cool car of Shane Stewart. Of course, spanned by Dave Sharman and Glenn Beaton. This car performing very well. Max Dumpty is right there with him though, closing in. On board again, and Luke Dillon, you can see the rock screen going across the front of the roll cage. Dillon taking no chances to make sure he gets shielded from any of the track's surface. They make their way off turn number 4. Can happen to anybody at any race track, and Drew Cruck unfortunately proved that. Jason Johnson, the Superlock Jim Beam car, making his way forward. As you can see once again, the suspension components working very hard on the left front, down in that front wheel. Jason Johnson trying to come forward. James McFadden, it's going to be a big drive from him to come back into any sort of contention at all. But he's got plenty of talent, the young fellow. He's running 4th when he got caught up and half spun onto the infield. Shane Stewart from Oklahoma, charging hard. This young man, very talented racer, made his debut in Australia at Claremont Speedway many years ago, driving a super sedan. And now these days, a prolific race sprint car driver in the United States side of things. Coming up behind Justin Sloan, who moves out of the way. The fan club will be pretty happy about that. The Sloaney ponies, they love their Sloan man and their sprint car racing. Murcott charging hard. He's up to 3rd in the mainline car. We'll make that 4th. He's in behind Jason Johnson by the looks of things. Murcott, a vastly improved driver. This is the battle for the lead, though. Stewart and Max Dumpty, they're coming up behind the Freedom Pools car of Dean Jacobs, who has some dramas. But Stewart just looks very good indeed. The Ryco Engineering Capella Barreca's car being closed in on a bit now, though, by Max Dumpty, who looks to wrap up 7 World Series championships. What a remarkable feat if he can do it, and look at him coming on. Mouse Green, as always, has that car set up beautifully for late in the race. His long-serving crew chief. We ride on board once more. Have a listen to this awesome engine. Probably pulls in. Some sort of drama there. Unbelievable scenes. Dumsney powers onto the lead. Shane Stewart would be devastated. He certainly had the good line covered. He was going to make Dumsney work for it. Dylan on board with him now. A very busy driver, this for sure, trying to get by Sloan. Bit of the racing service, looks like it's clogged up on the camera on the right-hand side. Luke Dillon is always a tough racer. Murcott now. Look at David Murcott closing in on Dumsney. Look at this. Really asked the question of Max, didn't he? This Victorian standing tall in the seat now, giving the six-time World Series champ some serious curry. We're to the last lap. Murcott is all over Dumsney, but Max looking to hold on and consolidate his lead with only 2 rounds remaining. Jacob Flag at the ready. Dumsney wins Timmis Speedway Mildura. David Murcott finishes in second, Johnson in third. Danny Reedy comes from the back of the field to get fourth. David Muir, a career best fifth, back to Dillon and Morton.
As slick as it was going to be as we ran half a day show and kept juicing up, and it turned out to be a pretty good track. Like earlier in the night it looked like burning up tyres, but it didn't, and great job to him.
Scotty and the guys did a really good job of setting the car up for me tonight. It was perfect. We were good, reasonable at the start, and we just got better towards the end, and we were able to pass a few of the guys and close in on Max and threaten for a win. So we're very happy.
You know, the Super Lot guys are doing a really good job, and Max did an excellent performance tonight. He did what he had to do to regain the points lead, but we're looking toward the end of the week, and hopefully have a lot of fun.
Always a happy place to do well, Mildura. There is Warrnambool from the air as we take a look at the points now. Dumsney with a slender lead over Johnson and David Murcott back there in third. The championship finale heads to Archerfield, and you'll see it all on next week's show.